The picture is terrible, so that's not helping me at all. Apparently, it's not helping you either, and I decided I'd rather give the city 2 tickets a month than pay for parking at Brown University. The people who make their kids pay and bring their kids to court, yeah, I'm a sap. That's what I am, as a way of sneaking out of the fine she racked up while using excuses to box the kid out. You knock him down sometimes, you know, because he's young and faster. You ask someone what time it is, and they tell you how to build a watch. Can the defendant persuade Judge Caprio to see something that simply isn't there? You have 2 parking tickets and 1 red light violation. The red light is on North Main Street and Branch Avenue. This is summons number 15496. I actually already saw it before you came in, and I went outside to set up a payment plan to pay this ticket, so yes, I was parked there. She brought a photo of what happened. She explained that the motorcyclist put his bike in front of her vehicle. Judge Frank asked if that was the only picture she had. She said she had more, but she recently got a new phone, so she had to ask her daughter to send the one she had, which is what she brought to court. Can you tell anything from this photograph? All I see is your motor vehicle and a motorcycle, and you're charged with parking at a parking meter. I don't even see the meter. The meter isn't even in the video. I know, maybe if I come back, because I use a credit card. What are you trying to prove? Tell me. She stated she was trying to prove that the picture was a horrible picture. I'm quite confused. How did we get here? She further explained she was also trying to prove that the motorcyclist squeezed in front of her. She then mentioned something about the meter lady making assumptions. Now she's just jumbling words together and not making any sense. You also have an old battery on your phone. That's another new phone. That iPhone is horrible. I'm having difficulties with those phones. In addition to the parking ticket on Exchange Terrace, yes, right where the motorcycle was parked in front of your vehicle, I'm curious to know what else Ms. Katara has an issue with. I mean, she moved from proving a picture was horrible to talking about an invisible parking meter and an invisible parking enforcement officer. In addition to all of this, she has a ticket on Westminster Street for parking in a prohibited area on July 31st. Between March of 2014 and September of 2015, my grandmother was very ill until she passed away, so I had different people using my vehicles. I'm not saying I didn't get that ticket, but somebody using my vehicles to help me pick up my kids and things like that probably got the ticket and never told me. So during those months, I had different people using my vehicles. She asked if the tickets could be reduced to their original amounts. She reiterated that she wasn't denying the tickets, she just didn't know about them, considering the trouble she went through with her grandmother's situation, among other things. Judge Frank stated it was going to cost her $85 for the parking ticket and $25 for the meter. $110 total. Chara was charged with a red light violation on Dean Street at 8:22 in the morning. She was shown footage of the violation, and she clearly went through the red light. Is there anything you want to tell me about it? I'm sorry, it wasn't me, though. It was my boyfriend, but he's paying it. So he's paying. He gave you the money, right? No, but he will. Yes. And if he doesn't? He's going to, yeah, and if he doesn't, he'll be an ex-boyfriend. No, not that much, huh? No. She must trust him very much. That's quite the confidence she has in him. She revealed the car was under his mom's name, so he has to pay for it. That explains why she's so sure he's going to pay. The car, yes, make sure he comes up with the money. He will. Yeah. Good luck. $85. Judge Caprio is stunned by the number of violations a motorist has received. She has a parking meter ticket costing $25. That's quite a lot for a meter. Did you pay the meter? I tried. The meter was broken, and it wasn't even worth taking a picture because there was nothing to photograph. But if you look at my record, I pay a lot of tickets up there. No harm, no foul. I pay my tickets, but this one wasn't my fault. There are 16 people in the courtroom. Judge Frank stated he'd bet Denise has had more tickets than everyone combined in the courtroom. He then asked the court administrator how many tickets he thought Denise had paid in the past. He replied, saying 100. The judge asked his son David, and he guessed 130. How many tickets do you think Denise has paid in the past? Inspector Quinn has a term for people who get a bunch of tickets. He calls them frequent flyers. So you are the prima donna frequent flyer. Can we add here, though, that this is over more than a 20-year period? Well, Denise has paid 154 tickets. If you multiply that by 3, the times she didn't get caught, that's another 462. Judge Frank told her she didn't have 155 because he was dismissing this one. Inspector Quinn is surely thankful to her for supporting his pension, because that's a whole lot of tickets she's paid for. Denise Davis, no wonder you wanted to cut the line. She should have gold star status. Denise, get back there. I just want to say you're a good sport. Nobody's just having fun with you. You don't feel offended, I hope? Not at all. Okay, good, fair is fair. I park, I pay, she definitely deserves an award. Getting that many tickets isn't really it, but paying for them is what's commendable. A motorist has a unique and sad excuse for why she didn't force her daughter to come to court. She was charged with a school zone violation on Olney Street, which means she was speeding in a school zone. You were doing 34 miles an hour, the limit is 20. The city doesn't charge you unless you're doing 31, true. That's the bad news, and the good news is it doesn't go on your driving record. Well, that's good, because I wasn't the one driving. Her daughter appears to have been driving the car and is at home, not in court. According to her mother, this is because the ticket was in her name. And not her daughter's, so she's in court to pay the money and take care of the necessities. Judge Frank asked her if her daughter gave her the money. She stated that her daughter would definitely be refunding it. We all know that's probably not going to happen. She was sleeping this morning, right? Yeah. You didn't want to wake her up, right? No. She was so comfortable, right? How old is your daughter? 40. 40? Oh, she's only a kid. Yeah, I wonder why she needs to get her beauty rest. She definitely needs it. That was not what I was expecting. A 40-year-old should be paying for her own tickets, not taking a beauty rest while her mother answers for her mistakes. Sometimes you just have to allow your children to take responsibility for their mistakes so they can learn not to repeat them. And now you have a couple of sons, right? So protecting and guarding your children, some parents do that. Do you do that? Your wife does? Yes. I do not. Judge Frank decided he was going to give her a break on the ticket. He also advised that if it ever happened again, she should drag her daughter out of bed and make sure she comes to court. It's understandable that parents always want to protect their children, but in cases like this, it's not the right thing to do. Go home and give your daughter a lecture. I'm going to. Okay. Shake her if she's still sleeping. Shake her. Get up. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day. Sometimes you just have to make them understand that life isn't always fair and they need to learn how to clean up their own messes. Jonathan has a red light violation on Eaton Street and Huxley Avenue. He admitted going through the light, but the next thing he said took me by surprise. He stated that he thought the light was orange. When in the world did orange become a traffic light color? I see yellow, red, or green. I'm sorry, yellow. I'm colorblind. Alright, let's take a look at it. The light is green, it's yellow, it's red, and he went right through it. He explained that when the printout was sent to him, it looked like it was yellow, and he's in court because of the evidence that was sent to him in the mail. Judge Frank asked Inspector Carrion if there was any exception for people who are colorblind, and without hesitation he said there wasn't. 1/10 of a second, we're going to have you pay court costs. When did you discover you were colorblind? That wasn't a serious statement, Your Honor. My vision is superior. Oh, he lied. Why would he even do that? The judge stated it was $35 for court costs and $150 for lying to the court. He then asked what state he grew up in. He grew up in Massachusetts and has lived in Rhode Island for over a decade. Orange in Massachusetts? No, but red means 3 more cars. See the corner? The last one you run. A muscular motorist explains why he's afraid of his strong female cousin. Wayne Richardson has 2 school zone violations, one on Cranston Street and the other on Charles Street. He also has a red light violation on Service Road, Route 95. I really don't recall that. During the time I had my vehicle, I was actually a school bus driver, so I know about safety, driving slow, and taking my time. I was lending my car during this time. He started racking up bills when someone else was driving the car. When he was driving, he never got tickets. The minute he let her use his car, the bills went through the roof. When he brought it to her attention, she tried to pick a fight so he'd be stuck with the fines. Well, you can never win with a woman. She's bigger than you, kind of? Well, not taller, but more robust than me, I suppose. He backed down. I wouldn't start a fight with her. Now I'm even more curious to see her. He stated she was older than him, which makes it even worse. If he tried to fight her, the Department of Elderly Affairs would be arresting him for picking on an older person. You see the arrow on that video? All it says is 30. The statute provides 2/10 of a second, and I've increased it to 3/10 of a second, so the case would be dismissed anyway. Well, thank you. So you don't have to beat her up. I doubt he planned to, but good for him, he doesn't have to pay anymore. The judge stated the school zone violations would cost him $50. A dad was caught speeding because his kid was getting bad grades. Will the judge give this father a pass? You were charged with speeding on Huron Avenue. You have a good driving record. According to my records, you haven't had any violations in the last 3 years, so you qualify to have the case dismissed based on your good driving record, or you can challenge it and come back for a trial. He stated he'd like to use his good driving record. Judge Frank noticed him rubbing his knee and asked what happened. He explained he used to play basketball and got a little hurt. He still plays with his kids sometimes. He didn't play professionally, he just enjoys the sport with his 14-year-old. He'd be the point guard. So he's playing with his kid, who's about this tall, so you're the center. Yeah, you're right, he's the point guard. He dominates the kid. Judge Frank revealed Inspector Quinn was quite an accomplished basketball star when he was younger and was also 60 pounds lighter. Who would have thought? Did you know that when he was caught speeding, his wife was in the car with him, and they were talking about their kids' grades? While they were talking, he was doing 41 miles per hour in a 25 mile per hour zone. He said they were discussing the bad grades their 14-year-old got. I was having a flashback. I was trying to get out of the way. Well, Inspector Quinn, I think if you had a discussion with your wife, it was the bad grade you got at the police academy. Ouch. Could it really have been that bad? According to the judge, he has a daughter who's a lawyer, and his daughters are quite smart. If that's the case, then he probably has a point. All right, pursuant to the statute, the matter will be dismissed based on the good driving record, upon payment of court costs. Good luck.